Hello, beautiful earth angels. Welcome to podcast 104. Welcome to Earth Angels Unite. Just turning on Instagram. Podcast 104. Daily self-love with Archangel Ariel. Your daily devotional practice, or your DDP, is your time to relax and receive love from your angels. It's truly a non-negotiable practice. If you want to receive angelic pain relief and heal that pain or pattern once and for all, like any relationship, you need to create space in your life, in your heart, and your mind for your angel's love, for that relationship, and for the relationship with your angels, with your soul, with your body. Your DDP, or your daily angel practice, daily devotional practice, is an act of self-love. It's you loving you by receiving divine love. You matter. Hi, Kate. Good morning. So my intention with these podcasts is to create a space of transformation. You come one person and you leave another person, you leave transformed. And we do this by normalizing the pain, the issues in the tissues, the wounds, the traumas, the PTSD. And really, truly, I want to help people, earth angels, heal PTSD. Heal PTSD that causes autoimmune issues. I'm getting like even more specific about how I'm sharing my medicine. And of course, when we gather together, we are more powerful. In these podcasts, I'll be sharing teachings from my debut book, Receiving from Your Angels, 4 practices to heal your pain with angel love, and an angel activation, oracle cards, to help you, to serve you, to support you in relaxing and cherishing your body, to trusting your intuition to the next level, to receiving more angelic pain relief. My name is Jill Kempner, angel coach and author. As an angel coach, what I help my clients do is to heal the pain in their bodies with the love of the angels, to understand that their pain has a purpose. Their pain is a portal. Their pain is a teacher. And that there is a gift in that pain, whether it's a small minor pain or a huge overwhelming pain. So I'm an energy healer. My coaching programs consist of supporting you in creating a DDP, which is what we're talking about today. I changed the name of it because the angels guided me to sort of simplify, up level, thinking about your daily practice as a way of filling up with love so that your cup is overflowing. And, I coach my clients to create a relationship with their angels, to trust their intuition, their divine guidance, and to create a practice that allows them to do all of that, that allows them to heal their pain. And that practice consists, so we're going to talk about what that practice consists of today in this transmission. So, of course, I want to welcome everyone who will be here live today, everyone connecting with the replay, trusting that we're all here together. I see this time. I know it's a commitment to be here. Thank you, Kate. I'm going to go on Instagram and see who's there. Hi, Mia. I'm so glad you're here, sweetheart. My niece. And Gil, happy, welcome. I know it's a commitment to either be here live, right, or to watch the replay. But here's how I've committed to my coach's offerings is I see it. Well, first of all, she's always adding value to my life. And I hope that I'm doing that for you. That is my core goal, right? That the reason why I'm going on live and sharing medicine from my book and really teaching a free class every week is to add value to your life. So when I take the time to be part of my coach's offerings, her weekly podcast, I see it as time with my soul. So my suggestion to you is that you see this as time with your angels. So I hope that's helpful, because I wasn't planning on saying that. Maybe that's the new moon. So happy. We're in a new, so many new things, right? We're actually in a new sun sign. I realized last week we switched sun signs from Cap to Aquarian. So welcome, right, Aquarian? We're actually moving into the age of Aquarian, right? Because like all these planets this year are like changing signs, and it's like a big deal. And happy new moon. We're about to enter the lunar new year and the year of the snake. So bye-bye wood dragon. Hello, wood snake. I don't know what a wood snake means, but I know about the snake medicine, right? Transformation, healing, shedding skins. And I think it's kind of interesting that the snake ends up being on the year of 2025. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. So we're in a 9-year, which is the end of an epicycle. And that's about completion and integration and mastery. And part of how we have completion, integration, and mastery, right, is we shed those skins. And so this new moon energy that's here to support us, right? And actually today, we're actually in the dark of the moon. And I've had several of my students and clients reach out to me like, oh my gosh, all this stuff is coming up, and it's like, oh, okay. It's the new moon. And for me, the dark of the moon, it's the day before the new moon kind of anchors in, can feel muddy and heavy and messy and ugh. So another reason we gather together, right, is we tap into the power of each other's heart lights, each other's medicine, and shore each other up energetically. So I hope that resonates. So your daily devotional practice, which is what I call it in my book, right? And so even let me back up a little bit more. There's 4 practices in my book. These 4 practices are designed, created to help you to receive angelic pain relief. And so they work together and independently. So right now, my guidance from my soul and my angels for these podcasts was to take us through every step of the book and talk about, some of the elements of that step, the archangel of that step and all of that. So that was my intention. And I was like, oh, I really love that. And that felt very spacious for me, because sometimes I spend a lot of time like, what am I going to teach? And blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh, wait, hello. It's already all laid out. And I'm coming to share more of my authentic story. So the 4 practices are: practice number 1, renew your devotion, which is what we've been talking about this whole month. Practice number 2, relax and cherish your body. Practice number 3, release and lead with your heart. And practice number 4, receive and trust your intuition. These practices work to help you receive more love from your angels. And it has to start with your devotion, with your commitment to your divine connection, to your angelic connection, to your soul connection, right? They're all on the same side. My teacher always says, right? They're all on the same side, right? Soul and the angels and source and the, ascended masters and all of that. And so I was trying to see what else I wanted to share about that. So the steps in renew your devotion. And then I'll share a little bit about the story of how all this was created. Well, let me listen to the angels. Okay. So this practice, renew your devotion, was created from my dark night of the soul. I went to the psych hospital just about a year after my daughter was born. because I had postpartum. I actually think I probably had more postpartum anxiety than postpartum depression, because I don't tend toward depression, but more just like, afraid something was going to happen to her, and, am I doing the right thing and all of that. But ultimately it was really PTSD, because I had went through so many initiations. Excuse me. From the time I was born till I went to the hospital when I was 26. I mean, I lived so many lifetimes. I went through, and I had a conversation with a friend, an unscripted chat that was live on YouTube last Wednesday. It was a chat / interview with one of my IET students, Jackie Mancuso, and it was so powerful, because I just decided, because she was like, I just want to chat with you and get to know you better and hear a little bit more about your story and da-da-da. And I was like, okay, I've been scripting so many things and creating all these outlines and content and all that. I'm just like, I'm just going to show up. Hello, welcome. Say hi if you're here. So I just showed up and I answered her questions, and it felt so good in the moment to just be authentic and share. But later, after that, oh my gosh, so much came up, because I realized that there's so much of my story that I haven't shared, some of the details, and there's a reason for it. We're, as earth angels, super sensitive souls, and I tried to share the hard and difficult things, the traumatic things that I went through, with grace. And part of that comes through the alchemy. It's like sharing the story, sharing the hardships and the difficulties helps you to transmute it, helps you to see it differently, that's why I share. But sharing those details from my childhood, it just stirred the pot so much up. So many memories I had forgotten about. So many memories were surfacing like all week long after that experience. And I felt vulnerable. It was actually the card that we got today. So, experiencing poverty, abuse, homelessness, for a very brief stint, the traumatic death of my father, and then all the kind of sort of normal buffering and numbing that happens just in your teenage years and your early 20s, to like having a child. So that first year was difficult for me, and I ended up in the psych hospital for 11 days. And it, ultimately now I can look back. This is what came to me earlier when I was thinking about this, is now I can look back 18 plus years later and say, that was a blessing. That was a reset. But at the time, it was my dark night of the soul. Going to the hospital, coming home from the hospital, feeling lost, feeling shame, feeling judgment, feeling what happened to me? Who am I now? I used to be the rock that everybody could count on, and now I crumbled. But of course I know that, was the phoenix rising from the ashes. Hi, Lauren. And so the Renew Your Devotion practice was created because after the hospital, I was like, wait, I think I got to take better care of myself. I need something that shores me up every day. That's something that connects me. Hey, Deborah, that connects me to my heart, to my soul, to my purpose. So that was the beginning of my purpose. More than, I was a massage therapist and yoga teacher at the time. And that's what propelled me to reconnect with my Reiki practice. I found a spiritual teacher who taught me meditation, taught me the value of practicing every day. What did she used to say? Skip your practice one day, you notice. Skip your practice 2 days, your teacher notices. Skip your practice 3 days, the world notices. And it was just, it was from the space of love, the space of compassion, non-judgment. I had forgotten about that. And so, of course, I didn't write this chapter till like years later, but after that dark night of the soul, after I sort of crumbled, I guess, if you will, sort of a nervous breakdown, sort of a psychotic break, sort of a nobody knew really in the moment what that was. That was hard. Now I can look back and have so much compassion for what I went through. And I am who I am today because of it. And that's why I share about it. And this practice, that's the story that I tell, right? I went through this crazy storm energy. I met my soulmate. We got engaged. We bought a house. We got married. I had a child. Oh, my father-in-law passed away, which triggered my own grief that I hadn't processed. And and then I gave birth and my root chakra opened and all the trauma that I hadn't processed was there in my face. And it waited, right, until I became a parent. And so my soul knew, okay, now is the time to process. Now is the time to do the work. And it was hard and scary and blah. And I'm here shining my light going like, no, I can help you through that. And hopefully you don't have to have a psych hospital visit in necessarily a dark night of the soul, crash and burn like I did to get help, which is another reason I share my story. So I hope that resonates. So the steps in the Renew Your Devotion practice is step 1, inviting the archangels of Renew Your Devotion, which kind of neatly fun synchronicity line up with the archangels of Angel Reiki level 1, which is really cool. Number 2, state your devotion with Archangel Michael, step 2. Right? So first we invite the angels, then we make that commitment, right? I'm devoted to receiving love from my angels. That sentence, for those of you who have been using it, it's powerful. Right? And if you're not using it, it's time to start using it. If you want to receive angelic pain relief, that's the magical mantra. Step 3, choose your fuel. That's what we talked about last week, right? Prioritize your fuel, choose your fuel, right? How you want to feel as you move through the day. No, and I invite, and this is what I do in my coaching programs, right? I invite and encourage my clients to say, okay, yeah, choose your fuel. And we get all excited about that high vibrational fuel and, all of that. And I said, okay, let's balance that. What's the shadow? Because if you want to embody this fuel of peace, you got to heal the shadow, right? And that's what practice step number 3 does, right? It helps you choose your fuel and then get clear about the shadow of your fuel. Step 4, which we're talking about today, is the DDP, your daily devotional practice with Archangel Ariel, who has been an amazing transformational archangel in my life. I mean, she literally helped me to accelerate my soul's mission, to help me trust that I was doing my soul's mission, to help me take that next right step on my soul's mission. And then step 5, which we'll talk about next week, is break the sacred promise and redevote with Sandalphon. And Michael, Ariel, and Sandalphon, archangels of this practice, are the archangels of the first sacred Reiki symbol, the power symbol. So I thought it was kind of neat that as I've been launching my Angel Reiki program and sharing about it and teaching about it, that these angels lined up with that. Lined up with my Renew Your Devotion practice. I was like, oh, that's really cool. So yesterday I did a live talking more about Angel Reiki as I continue to share and promote it and talk about it more than I ever have. And I've learned so much about myself in this past month. And it's like, what are we here to do as Earth Angels, right? I have a heart of service. I want to help those sensitive souls, those intuitive souls to awaken your heart of service, to support your heart of service through my coaching programs, through the practices in my book, through your DDP, which we're going to talk about. So what are we here to do as Earth Angels? And I want you to see those, whether you're here live, whether you're watching the replay, say hi if you're here. Let me know which one of these resonates with you. I'm going to name 4 thingies, 4 bullet points. Earth Angels are here to be a channel of unconditional love for ourselves first, then the world. Right? To be a pillar of light, to be a hollow bone, to be an open vessel. And what does that mean? We will, to do that, right? We have to heal what's blocked. We have to heal that pain. We have to heal that trauma. We have to heal that dis-ease so that that love can flow. And that's what my coaching programs do. And you don't have to do it alone, right? Number 2, embody the benevolence of the divine. Oh, I got such a cool download when I was walking at Emily Oaks the other day about that. We're here to embody the kindness, the compassion, and the love of the divine. What does that mean? It means we're literally asking it, inviting it to be in our brain, the tissues of our brain, our eyes, our tongue, our throat, our mouth, our heart, all of our organs, all the way into the bone marrow. Well, how do we do that? Well, your daily devotional practice, right? Your commitment to filling up with love every day, that's the work, right? And there's so, in our ego, like whatever you resist persists, right? The ego's gonna resist you being a channel of love, you embodying the benevolence of the divine. Because when you do that, you start to dissolve the ego, right? It's really the death of the ego. Number 3, what are we here to do as Earth Angels? Trust divine timing, divine order, divine benevolence. Even when it looks like chaos. What does trusting divine order mean? It means that you just have this knowing, this feeling, this sense, this core belief that your life is unfolding. The divine plan of your life is unfolding for your highest good and highest healing. Now, be honest, if you told me that 2 days after I got out of the hospital back in 2006, I don't know how that would have landed. Because I was so low. So low. I was probably the lowest I ever was in my life. Filled with all these emotions that I had never processed. The grief, the trauma, the PTSD, the judgment, the shame. So much I was holding on to and carrying. I mean, it makes sense now that I broke. And of course, I broke. And everything came out. But I also broke to let the light in, right? And then 4, walk with an awareness of your energy body. It's your job. It's right. You are the keeper of your mind and body. So it's your job, right, to maintain your highest level of health within yourself. And we can maintain the health of our physicality through a conscious awareness of our energy body, our roots, our parts, our chakras, and our aura. And parts, that system is also connected with the meridians as well. So all of this sounds great, right? Which one resonated with you? Be a channel of love, embody the benevolence of the divine, trust divine order, divine timing, walk with an awareness of your body. 1, 2, 3, and 4, all of them. I want to hear from you so I know what's resonating, what's sticking, what's not. You can have none of them. It's fine. Maybe there's something else that's calling your heart of service to awaken. So why don't we do these things every day? Like I think it feels great. I'm like, yes, these are like what wake me up every time I get into my trauma or my PTSD or my pain parts, right? So we forget, right? We have angel amnesia, as my one student called it. I was like, I love that, right? We have trauma, PTSD, pain, disease, the issues in the tissues that make us forget, that make us not remember these qualities, remember these missions, right? What I'm talking about are missions. Thank you, Kate. Yeah, number 3. Love it. Trust divine timing. Yeah. We don't feel good enough, strong enough, connected enough. These are just some of the fears, right? So I'm here to share my wisdom, to teach how to make a personal connection to your angels every day. And it's honestly, it's so much more simple than we make it. You know, our ego is the one that complicates it. And why? Because the ego knows, well, if it's complicated, you won't do it. Yeah. So we're always being called to simplify, 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 simplify. So I'm here being vulnerable, sharing my real life experiences to support you in being your most authentic self. Support you in reaching up to the heavens. Why do I love connecting with the angels? Because I had a twisted relationship with God from my religious upbringing. And for me, the angels came to me completely separate from religion. And that felt in alignment with me. And the angels met me where I was at my lowest, 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 lowest low. They were able to meet me there and lift me back up to my light. Help me find my spiritual teacher. Help me step into my next level of mastery. Help me commit, devote to my daily practice. And why do I do it? You know, as one of my friends was like, oh, I think it's so cool that you pull your cards and you have your fuel and, you know, you're doing all the practices in your book. I'm like, well, I do it because it works. Because, you know, one of the things that Jackie asked me on that chat was, why do I do all this? You know, and it's like, well, because I want to heal. I want to heal PTSD and help other people do it. And I already have healed a tremendous amount of PTSD from my past, from my childhood, out of my system. But I'll be honest with you, I have a whole nother set of PTSD that started in 2018 from my brother's traumatic car accident till my brother's death, to my mother and brother's death. So I'm healing now from that. I mean, I'm still healing some past stuff. I can feel some of that stirring, but a lot of that's alchemized because I can talk about it. But when I start talking about what I went through with my mom, oh, tears. I can't. I'm still working on that. But I know, but I have faith, but I believe, but I trust. First of all, the divine timing, right? Second of all, the practices in my book are going to get me there. So I'm all about walking the talk. So just a couple more things. Angel Ariel. Oh, I'm so grateful for her. She's the angel of the IET system. She's the angel of the angelic violet ray, right? So when you take that class and you get that attunement and the training and all of that, you get a attunement to her heart, and you channel her angelic energy of compassion. She's the angel of compassion, of spiritual freedom, of courage. She's the angel of your soul's mission. She literally knows the details of your soul's mission. Yes. She's the angel, you know, and here's the thing. My soul's mission ended up being teaching IET. Your mission might not be teaching IET or teaching angel or, you know, being an angel Reiki practitioner, but having a spiritual tool at your fingertips that can transform your pain, your trauma, your PTSD, your wound. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you tools that I know work because I do it on myself every day. I believe in it, right? I am committed to my DDP and the up leveling up, the simplifying of it, the up leveling of it. so I can continue to have that heart of service that magnetizes the clients and students I'm here to serve. I hope that helps. So your DDP, your daily devotional practice, your daily angel practice, is the conscious time with your angels. It can look like anything that is self-loving. And I lay it all out in my book to help you get started. You can, namaste, Kate. You can read my book from beginning to end. You can read my book slowly, and get all of this, right? And if you want more help, if you and be able to create your own practice and get the angelic pain relief and all of that, that was my goal. And if you want help with that, if you're like, oh, that sounds really fun, I love that you have a template, the relax, release, receive process, but I need help relaxing, releasing, receiving. I need help creating the practice and committing to it. I'm here for you. I have something called an angelic pain relief consult. It's a 1-hour consult over Zoom. And in that consult, right, I listen to you, there's a short little application that asks a couple of questions that help support that time to be really fertile. And in that hour consult over Zoom, I help you get clear on your fuel, right? Your intention. What's the fuel that's going to help you heal that pain? I help you understand the higher purpose, the deeper meaning of your pain. We call in the angels and say, okay, this is what you think it's this, but it's really this. And then I help you create a little plan to get moving forward. If we're a good fit, I'll share the details of my coaching program with you. Right now, I have a 3-month program, a 6-month program. I even have an angel healing package for those of you who aren't ready to commit to coaching, but you still want to receive some healing. I have lots of options for healing. So reach out. I'd love to connect with you in that way. I'd love to serve you in that way. And I have openings in February now. So we're going to pause just for a minute. I'm shifting out of doing a meditation every single class, but I want to do a little activation with Ariel. The card that I pulled, the question was like, how is it that you're committing to your DDP, committing to your daily angel practice? And the card that I chose from the guardian angels was vulnerability and freedom. When you commit to this practice, you will feel more and more freedom. And I think it's kind of cool because Angel Ariel is the angel of spiritual freedom, right? She clears the shoulds, shouldn'ts, burdens, weight of the world, so that you can trust your soul and your soul's mission, your soul's blueprint, and take those action steps forward. And then vulnerability. It's vulnerable to open to the angels. It's vulnerable. I understand. And that's why I'm here as a coach to help you walk through that vulnerability. You're not doing it alone. Thank you, Lauren. So we're going to do a very short activation and ask your soul and your angels 3 questions. Well, 2 or 3 questions. We'll see. And then Ariel is going to be sending you, I'm going to read the opening prayer to activate her energy from my book, but she's going to be here sending you angel Reiki, which I'm really excited about. So closing your eyes, taking a few cleansing breaths. Ground into the earth. Feel your roots, see your roots deep, 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 deep into the earth. Connect with your heart, the gateway of your angel's love, bringing one or both hands there. And say, I am devoted to receiving love and compassion from my angels. And as you do that, relax physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Let your heart open, your mind open. Let yourself in this moment receive your angel's love and devotion for you. And we welcome Ariel here to help you simplify your DDP, clarify your DDP, or create your DDP. Wherever you are on this journey, you could be brand new. You could be doing this for 10 years, Well, my book's only been out for 4. Thank you, Angel Ariel, Archangel Ariel, for bringing the medicine of compassion, courage, and spiritual freedom to me and into my aura. I invite Archangel Ariel's courage to support me in staying devoted to my daily angel practice and my soul's mission. Thank you for filling me with your unconditional love, unconditional compassion, and giving me the spiritual freedom to choose the tools that serve my authentic expression. I allow Archangel Ariel's violet golden light and the angels of compassion, courage, and freedom to surround me now. So Ariel steps in. She's either sitting or standing in front of you, however that feels aligned with you. And she's sending Angel Reiki, and specifically her symbol, the first symbol, the power symbol, into your soul star chakra, into your third eye chakra, and into your heart chakra. So it's okay if you don't know the symbol, just know you're receiving the power symbol. And this symbol is both releasing the blocks to your devotion to this practice and filling you with power and purpose, filling you with compassion. So receive that now. Let that happen. Right? Fill up with this love. What's one thing I can do every day to love myself more? Loving angels, what's one thing I can do every day to love myself more? So after you ask that, just breathe, relax, receive through your intuitive channels, receive the message into your heart and mind. Even if you don't get it in this exact moment, we trust divine timing. Loving angels, what's one step I can do to either create, up level, or simplify my daily angel practice? If you don't have a practice, you're saying create. If you have a practice, but it's getting super long, you're simplifying. If you have a practice, but it's feeling kind of rote, you're up leveling. Breathe and how? What's one step I can do to simplify, up level, or create my DDP? And now pay attention to your clairs, to your body, to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Ariel's filling you with compassion and courage to trust your intuition, to trust the insights. And we ask that the signs, symbols, and synchronicities that you receive this week support the answer to your questions, the answer to your prayers, the answer to activating your soul's mission, your heart of service to the next level. And we invite Michael to recalibrate your energy body to your normal daily activities on all 4 levels of your being: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, in all directions of time. We honor and dedicate the healing that you've received today to all our relations in all directions of time. See, feel, hear, know, and trust. Your angels are bowing to you with love, devotion, and compassion as we seal our time together with a namaste. Namaste. That little activation with a namaste. Okay, awesome. Short and sweet. I actually had another question, but she said, nope, not today. Keep it about the DDP. So I love it. Okay. What a perfect time to create, up level, or simplify your daily angel practice as we enter this new moon, the year of the snake, right? The age of Aquarian. So let me know what resonated with you. Call on the angels of vulnerability, the angels of freedom to support you in staying devoted to your practice. Let me know if you need help with that practice. And if you are ready to have your own spiritual practice that includes, and so yes, in the DDP, thank you, angels. I did forget this, right? What does your DDP include? Prayer, meditation, oracle cards, energy work, journaling, sacred movement. It's all in my book, all in the book. I didn't get into the details of the practice. Self-energy work, angel Reiki tomorrow night, tomorrow evening on the new moon, the moment of the new moon. Wednesday, January 29th, I have a free angel Reiki demo. Come and hang out with me. Come relax, release, receive with me and the angels. Even if you're already signed up for the training, come hang out, learn some more, receive a healing. I'm going to be picking participants and sharing a direct angel Reiki experience with you. I'll answer any questions you have. I want to know, what's your why? Why? Why are you here? What are you looking for? How can I serve and help you? So I'll put the link in the comments. Angels remind me. And yeah, it's just thank you so much for your love, your support, your light. I'm working on making these shorter, so I'm proud of myself. My goal is 35 minutes, so I'm getting closer and closer. And I'll also put the information for the breakthrough conversation in there as well. I think that's everything. Angel Reiki is Saturday, February 1st in bulk. If you're ready to sign up, go to my website. All the details are there. If you want to learn more about it, you're kind of curious, you're not sure, I created a whole launch. So angel Reiki chats and, unpacking different aspects of the training in a bunch of different short videos. And I'm also offering a free chat if you want to talk about it, move through any blocks or resistance you have to saying yes. And maybe it's not the time. And your soul is saying to wait, but you're curious. We can set that chat up. All right. Mwah. I love you all. Have a beautiful rest of your day and week. And I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.